All right, hello. It looks like I am live, but I'm going to just give it a second to catch up here. See here. There we go. Ooh, let's mute that. There we go. All right. Hi, friends. Well, it has been a hot minute since I have been live. Just been enjoying the little bit of summer that we have gotten in Montana and just been really busy. So, hoping to start with a little bit more of a more frequent um, live schedule come this fall. So, still probably be a little sporadic, pardon me, until summer ends. So feel free to jump in the comments and let me know that you're here. Hi, Carrie from Bozeman. You're not too far away from me. I'm just about not quite an hour and a half west over in Anaconda. Thanks for joining me today. We are going to do a Halloween live featuring the brand new Pretty Pink Posh release that just came out yesterday. It's such an adorable release. Like, I'm not a big fan of scary Halloween, but I can get behind cute Halloween, and Paulina does cute Halloween probably the best of them all. So, there was a video hop yesterday. So, I do have a video in that hop. So, if you go to my regular video tab here on YouTube, you can catch that one. I think I've already put the card away, but it's a cute little Halloween cake pop card that I made. I thought it turned out really super cute. Hi, Laura from the UK. So happy you could join me. So that's going on. There's a $20 gift card code to the Pretty Pink Posh online shop at every single stop on the hop. So definitely worth it to check it out. You'll get to see a ton of inspiration from really talented card makers along the video hop. And then, of course, you'll get to, if you leave a comment in each video, you get to enter for your chance to win. So I seriously have been crazy busy. I'm barely home in August. So I have not created a link list for this yet. It totally slipped my mind. So when we're done, I will go ahead and get the link list up and put it in the video description. So if you want to shop any of the products that I'm using, you certainly can. Okay, I think logistically that is everything I have for you. Feel free to pop in as we go. Ask questions in the comments if you have any, chat with me, all of that fun stuff. But I am going to go ahead and flip my camera around and get going. Let's go ahead and actually put this in here. Okay. Hi, Karen from Ohio. Super glad you're here. All right, I'm just waiting for my video feed to catch up with me. Okay, there we are. Perfect. All right, so these are the cute products that I'm going to feature. Now, this is not Pretty Pink Posh. This is a cute brand new paper pad from scrapbook.com that I thought would just be really cute with the products that I chose to use today. So I'm probably going to reach for that for at least a background. So the main thing we are going to use today is the Fringe Pumpkin die right here. And then I am going to pair that with the Happy Halloween Shadow Sentiment die. So that's going to be a mostly die cut card. I think I'm going to pair it with the spooky pattern paper. Even though I haven't done any pre-die cutting, I think it will come together rather quickly. So I'm going to shoot for 2 cards today. We'll see how far we get. But I think card number 2, I am going to use the spider web cover plate and turn it into a shaker element. Now, these are the Paradise shaker beads. They are not from this release. They are from maybe the summer release, but I'm not completely sure. But this was the color palette that I was going for, so I grabbed those. We are going to use the Spider Friends stamp and die. No coloring. I'm just going to stamp the cute little spiders to go on the spider web, and then possibly a sentiment from the Halloween Greetings stamp set. Hi, Denise. So glad you could join me today. See, we've got Bozeman. So we've got my home state here in Cary. We have Laura all the way over from the UK. We have Karen from Ohio and now Denise from California. We are just spanning all of the time zones, aren't we? I love that. I love how that we can come together like this and hang out and craft. Isn't it just the cutest release, Denise? I just love it. Okay, so I chose my color palette based off this patterned paper pad. So we've got some kind of dark pinks, dark and light pinks. We've got a nice light orange. I meant to grab a deeper orange as well. So let me go ahead and grab that. I can show you guys my current, so I have most of my cardstock in boxes because I didn't have room for my big paper holder. So I kind of keep them in these envelopes, and I just refill the envelopes as needed from my boxes of cardstock. So if you have a small space, this has actually worked super well. And I also have been able to, like, I can travel pretty easily with all of my stuff. So it's kind of nice for sure. Okay, and then I think I just need some white cardstock. So I believe I have quite a bit of scrap pieces here. So I think we have all of the things. Yes, and I'm going to use the Fringe Pumpkin die today, Denise, so you will get to see it in action. Ignore that. I was trying to emboss a hot foil plate, and I was not finding the right plate combination because it had been a while since I'd done it. I did finally figure it out, but that's a totally different project. Okay, so let's see. Where do we want to start today? I think we probably need to start with die cutting. I'm going to set aside the elements for the shaker card for later because we will do that card second. We are going to go ahead and get going on the Fringe Pumpkin, which has all of these big pieces, which I just love. So as you can see, I haven't even used it yet, so I might destroy the packaging trying to get it off with all the little pieces of tape, but I'm going to go ahead and get this just taken apart so that it is a little easier to die cut. And I actually also have to know, I have to kind of put it in order when I haven't used something yet. It just takes me a minute to get the order figured out on it. So of course I know this one is the back. So that's the bottom layer. I mean, it's a super easy die to figure out. It just goes like that. And then you've got the cute little pumpkin topper there. Okay. I need to grab my little bins of ivory glitter and gold pearl. So give me a second while I grab those. Okay. Yes, Denise, it is some strong tape, and I pretty much always destroy the packaging in the background whenever I do that. Okay, so my little Fringe Pumpkin. We're going to start, the base layer is going to be white. So I am just going to cut it down to size. I think I can get 2 of these elements cut at a time. Yeah, I sure can. So start with a base layer of white. Then I think we are going to do, so I've got 4 layers. I can't pick all of these colors obviously. Hi, Cindy from Florida. Glad you're jumping on and joining me today. Okay, I think I'm going to for sure do this light, more peachy orange here. And we will start there because I think that's all I can fit on my cutting plate. So while I'm die cutting, how is everybody's summer been? It has been a whirlwind here. We haven't had the warmest summer in Montana. We've had a lot of rain. It's just been a little bit cooler this summer, but still fun. So hoping to get maybe the warmth a little bit longer since it came a little bit late. But let me know any fun things you guys have been doing this summer. And I have no idea if you can hear the noisy die cut machine that runs through. If you can, I apologize. Okay, so we've got our first layers cut. cute little fringe at the bottom. Okay, so that is a good start. See if I can salvage a little bit of these tape pieces here and reuse them. Sometimes they stick a little too much to the cardstock because it's just older washi tape. But sometimes you can salvage them. Okay, so I have the first two colors. So now I think I'm going to do the light pink and then the dark orange. I'm going to have to cut another piece. I think this is the color I'm going to use on that shaker and make it really bold and pink. Okay, so let's do, I'm losing some hair here. Let's get that off. All right, so let's do this layer in this nice light pink. They are doing work outside, so I have no idea if you can, I should just move this off of my area because I keep sticking things to it. So hopefully you can't hear all of the work going on outside. If you can, you know, such is life, crafting live in your home. Okay, and then this guy, we're going to cut from this darker orange, kind of more pumpkin-y orange, a little more traditional. Like so. And I think I have room that I can cut out this guy, which I'm going to cut just from some champagne glitter. Or excuse me, this is ivory glitter, not champagne. Can you fit on there? I'm trying to find the tiniest piece possible because I'm frugal. I keep every little piece and use every little bit I can on this guy. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run these through my die cut machine and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have all of the pumpkin pieces finished. We're not fully done die cutting yet. I want to get the sentiment cut out too. So we'll do that one next. There is the little pink part. This is just, oh my goodness, this is the cutest little pumpkin. I just love the fringe dies. I think they're the cutest things. Great, and then there is that glittery pumpkin top. Okay, let's put away the Fringe Pumpkin. We are done with it, so then I can clean it off my desk and we can move on to getting the sentiment cut out for this guy. Not matching those up correctly, am I? All right. So there is the cute Fringe Pumpkin. We will glue it all together, fluff out the fringe, and when we start to assemble our card. But let's now work on the sentiment. I'm going to go ahead and clean up this colored cardstock for now and just set it aside. So for the sentiment, we are using this cute, it just says Happy Halloween. It's got the shadow layer and the scripty layer here. Isn't it so cute? I pretty much am obsessed with every fringe die that Pretty Pink Posh comes out with. I don't have every single one. I do have a few of them, and I just think they create the cutest cards. Okay, once again, haven't used. Strong tape. Trying not to destroy my packaging. Okay. All right, so these guys, the Happy Halloween is going to be cut from gold. Ooh, sorry about that. Let me fix my camera angle. I just 100%. There we go. Let's get the white balance back to normal. It is a little dark and dreary in here, so I feel like my white balance is a tiny bit off today. Maybe that's throwing it off. There we go. Sorry about the fact that I totally just smacked my camera. One day I will have a more permanent setup where I don't have things that always move. Okay, back to what I was saying. Gold pearl. I am going to cut the sentiment from some gold pearl. Let's see. Is that one long enough? That one should be good. Okay, just about like that. Now I always trim this down because I do use all of my little scraps up. But sometimes when you put a malleable paper like gold pearl, through your die cut machine, it does take on like the little dents and indentations. So I like to trim them down as close as possible. Okay, let's tape these guys into place. And I'm going to run these through by themselves because they're a little bit more intricate and I don't want the pressure to be off when I run them through. So we will do those first, and then we'll probably cut them another time or a couple more times from white cardstock for stacking purposes. And then these, I think I'm going to cut from vellum. I just like to have a vellum shadow layer. It's kind of one of my favorite things. Okay, let's get these out here. And I can probably cut small dies from this little bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that back in my scrap bin. Okay, and then let's get all these little chunks off my cutting plate here. Hopefully the die cutting isn't just boring, y'all. I know it's a lot of die cutting. We'll do some more technique-y stuff on the next card. Okay. So there's our happy. Like so. And then Halloween. So we are heading out today at some point we're heading up to see some family over the weekend. And then I have on my paternal grandparent side, we're kind of doing like a cousin family get together for a few days on Swan Lake, which is going to be super exciting. Okay, let's see. I need to find some vellum. Give me 1 second here. I know I have it in my little envelopes. Just gotta find, I think that piece will fit both. And then grab some scrap pieces of white cardstock because I'm going to cut the sentiments a couple more times. Okay. So let's put the shadow layers on here. And I think I'll be able to cut these both at the same time. They should be good. Okay, I think I can get 2 layers on this white piece of cardstock here. Hi, Kathy. You've only missed some die cutting, so you haven't missed much. My first card is a pretty die cut heavy card, so I cut out the Fringe Pumpkin and got started on the sentiment. Okay, there are those shadow layers. Put this guy away. I'm glad you were able to join Mo when you had a minute. Oh, I just am getting hair everywhere. I'll have to get that later. I just got my hair done. I was in Minnesota. I taught at my 2nd annual Tickled Pink in-person event at Firefly Farm. And so I was able to schedule an appointment with my hairstylist because I just haven't found one yet here. So, but I feel like every time I get my hair done, I always shed a lot afterwards. So if there's stray hairs all over my desk, I do apologize. I'm trying to grab them as I see them. Okay, just gonna get all the little chads out so I don't have to worry about that. when we go to glue everything together. And then let's cut one more stacking layer from the white cardstock. I think I should have enough room. Oh yeah, plenty of room. We are good. And then we will be done with die cutting for a little bit. I'm going to assemble this card, and then we'll do a little bit more die cutting on card number 2. Okay, so we got those done. All right, let's get any little pieces off my cutting plates, and then these can be put away for now. Okay. Just trying to make a pile of all of the little chads and throw them all away at once. Okay. Such a cute sentiment. I just love the little font she used on it. So darn cute. Okay. All right. Grab all of those and toss them. And we are done with this sentiment. So let's go ahead and put that guy away and set him aside. Give me a little more room on my desk here. Okay. All right, let's start doing some assembly. Okay. Oh, I missed a chat on here. Oh, I missed a couple. Goodness. Okay, so let's get the sentiment all put together. I am going to do some stacking here. Actually, I have found that sometimes it's a little easier if you use some tweezers to do this. I do a lot more die cutting these days, and I have found a lot of tips for making all those little die cut pieces that I use a little bit easier. Okay. And you can kind of just slide that on there and wiggle them into place. It's a great thing about liquid glue. So I have this drawer full of just random liquid glue that I'm trying to not waste. So I poured non-Bearly Arts into my Bearly Arts glue tube, because I'm going to buy a new one when I go through all of those other glues. And I don't remember which one this actually is, because I have just a huge collection of them that I'm not even sure where they came from. But I'm trying to go through things and move stuff out so it's not just taking up room unused in my craft area. And I will say that this glue is nowhere near as good as Bearly Arts glue is. So there is a difference in glues, friends. Now, there are a lot of glues out there that are made by the exact same company, but Bearly Arts is not. And I can definitely tell a difference. So, but I'm not a glue waster, and it is usable. It's just different. So, long story short, I am just trying to use up glue. So if you see me having to fuss with my bottle, it's not Bearly Arts glue in there. Okay. Now let's get this glue down to its shadow layer. So if you feel like chatting in the comments, let me know. Do you have a favorite liquid glue? I clearly do. It's Bearly Arts. And like I said, this is not Bearly Arts in my Bearly Arts tube, and I am kind of missing it. That's, I don't want to be a waster. So I'm going to use what I have. And then once I've gotten through all of that, I will I actually think I might have a Barely Arts waiting in reserve. Look at how cute that is, friends. I just love this set. And don't worry if you got a little glue that seeps out underneath onto your vellum, it will dry clear, so no one will ever know. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Yes, Denise, right? I agree. Big fan of Barely Arts. I'm hoping I didn't totally ruin this bottle. Um, I think it will be okay. When all is said and done, I can probably wash it out maybe once I'm done going through all of those other liquid glue bottles I have. Okay. I agree. The tip on the Barely Arts is the best. Okay. One thing I've noticed with the glue that I have transferred in here is it's really sticky. Whenever I've gotten Barely Arts glue on my fingers, I can typically just like rub my fingers together or wipe them on like if I have a little bit of rubbing alcohol on one of my microfiber cloths. This is so sticky. That does not happen. That's smart, Tracy. Maybe I should have done that. I let it go fully empty. Um, and then I put it, maybe if I had mixed this glue with Barely Arts, it would have been better. I think I might have a Barely Arts refill around. Maybe I'll try that to keep going through all of that random glue I have on hand. That's a smart suggestion. Thank you for putting that in the comments. I appreciate it. Okay. So we might go a bit over an hour today. Hopefully that's okay. Of course, you can come and go as you please. And I'm just happy that you're able to join for however bit of time. And of course, this will always be available for replay if you want to watch it come to life after that. Oh, that's cool, Laura. I did not realize that Barely Arts was hard to come by in the UK or outside of the United States. I didn't even think about that, but that makes sense. But I'm glad that you have a good glue option that you can get that's more readily available. I will say this glue is behaving pretty well today. And I do apologize if we're having a very boring conversation about glue. Um, but glue is a big part of our industry. So it is one of those things that kind of is a big part of our lives here. All right, let's get this guy on here. Oh, Laura, we don't talk about the house. Um, Long story short, we are having to look for another builder. So we're kind of we're in the midst of that. So it's kind of all the news I have to share. Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. Okay, let's arrange our pumpkin. Take this fan out of the fringe here. Actually, I am going to use a glue tube for this because a little bit more comes out of the glue tube and just goes a little quicker. So I don't have a good house update, unfortunately. But one day it will be built. And the good thing is we are in Montana. We're happy to be home. We have a house. It's not, you know, we're in my mom's house because she spends most of her time in Arizona now. So we know that we have this house available to us for as long as we need it. So there's always, there's always positives and negatives to all of this. So, and I've gone through way worse. So this is just a little blip on the radar in my world. Does this go under or over? Tell me, what you guys think? Does the little thing go on the top or does it go poke out from underneath? I'm feeling like it might go on top, but I don't know for sure. I'm going to fluff the fringe. That's funny. And you guys let me know in the comments if you think, which side you think the little pumpkin stem goes on. Let's get that fringe fluffed. This is a heavier cardstock, so it's probably not going to fluff super well. But if we just get at least a little fluffing, I think would be really cute to do with like tissue paper, because I think they would really fluff then. Okay. So I now live in a very dry climate, so I pretty much always, when I die cut, have little paper fibers like everywhere. Oh, thanks, friends. I appreciate that. And yeah, it could always be way worse. I'm going to take a quick drink of water while I figure out how I want to do the pumpkin thing. I guess I should have looked at samples online to see which way it's supposed to go. Okay. I think the top. I think I want to see most of it. So I think it's good. I'm going to put it on the top. And then this is going to go. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be so cute. I'm going with the top. All right, friends. I'm being decisive. Like so. How cute is just that little bit of extra sparkle? Oh man, I was sitting funny and I put my leg to sleep. Oof. I do not love that. I think you can do either. Kathy's preference is the top. Well, you know what, Kathy? I think it is my preference too, because you can see it a little bit more. So I'm glad you agree with me on that. Okay, I have a piece of cardstock that I need to fold to make my card base for this one. I think this guy is going to be a landscape card, or actually maybe not. I think I'm going to do portrait. And I actually think I have a pre-folded one right here. And these are the exact size of them. So let's find a pattern. That is way too busy. Oh, that's a good idea, Denise. Oh, there's quite a few. So, okay, not that one. That's too busy. And that one will cover up the whole thing. So not that. That might just be too many pumpkins. Yeah. This could be cute. A lot of orange. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, I may have found the winner, friends. I like that. And then put this on top. That is cute. All right. I think we found the winner in Spooky, but let's just look through the rest of them. Too many pumpkins. No. The gingham is kind of cute too, but it's a lot of orange. I think it's just too much orange for me. Oh, thank you for checking, Laura. I appreciate that. Okay, good to know. It can be either. All right, we're definitely going to stick with the spooky. So let's grab that guy. By the way, I love this pattern paper. It is the cutest thing. I can't wait to use it for even more Halloween cards. All right, this guy we are going to glue directly down. So I'm going to grab that glue tube because it just is faster. Okay. All right. Oops. Well, let's make that the front because I already got that sticky glue on it. Okay, make sure this is right side up. How cute is this paper? I love pattern paper, especially when you want to just make a quick card. Okay. And then this guy will go on top. And then this card is basically done. And we're going to create the other one, which is going to be a little bit more technique oriented. So I know we did a lot of kind of boring die cutting on this card, and hopefully you stuck with me through that. We do have a little bit of die cutting left to do, but we're going to do a shaker element on the next card, and we're going to stamp a little bit.
I'll give you a call before I come over and see if it's good time or not.
Okay. I am like fully embracing Halloween this year, Denise. I didn't do it a lot in the past, so I am certainly having fun.
The bank lobbies are locked down, but you cannot go to the
Okay.
But a lot of businesses are open.
Let's see.
So it's just
find my foam strips because I think I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of foam tape in areas where they will be pretty disguised in the background. Oh, thanks, Denise. I appreciate that. I think it's turning out super cute. Okay. And maybe right there should be good enough. And let's do the same on this one. Okay. Oops. This one's a little harder to find places to hide the foam tape. Maybe there. And maybe right here. I know, right? If only. I don't think I've ever seen clear foam tape. Maybe one day in our lives we'll see that. That would be super helpful, wouldn't it? Until then, at least we have the super thin foam tape now. That makes it a little easier. Nope, looks like you can't see it, so we're good. At least we don't have to painstakingly cut tiny little strips anymore like we used to. Okay, let's add this guy right here. And I will probably embellish off camera because I did not pull out any embellishments and I'm just not really sure what I want to put on here. So you'll just have to wait for the photos to see if I add any embellishments to this card. Okay, about right there. Perfect. And that little card is done. And I think it turned out so cute. I am going to for sure add some embellishments. I'm just not sure what yet. So, okay. We are going to move on to card number 2. Let's see here. Let's get this out of the way. Just thinking that I actually think it might be kind of cute to put one of these in the background of it since I'm going to have the spider web. Maybe one of these black papers will be cute. That's an idea. Thank you, Laura. Okay. All right. We are going to, let's die cut the cobweb die first. I actually think I need to trim the shade of pink that I want because I realized that the pink panel I pulled out is just not quite big enough. So give me one sec here. We're going to use this color. Hopefully that didn't throw off. You know, that kind of probably made my camera a little bright. Okay, just gonna grab my easy to grab paper trimmer rather than move. But let's just cut this down. Then at least I have a card base for it if I want to use that in the future. Okay, and then this guy, that's a little too edge to edge. So let's do it like this. And then I don't run the risk of it shifting on me. Okay, go ahead and trim this guy down. Same here. Okay. So, Denise, I think this one is pretty, it's a pretty good die. I did kit with it for my class and it cut pretty well. I'm going to try it without a bubble mailer and see how it does. I think it's fine. But you could always try the bubble mailer technique if you haven't yet and see if that makes it cut a little bit better. I'm going to try this and see. I think it'll be okay without the bubble mailer, but I can always realign it and run it through again with the bubble mailer if it works. All right. Oh yeah, it cut really well. Okay, let me grab my little poking tool here. Get this pulled out. Yeah, it cut really perfectly. So the only thing that I mentioned about my climate is it's so dry, so I get these little paper fibers everywhere. I just kind of have to rub my fingers along them to get them removed, and then I have little paper fibers everywhere. That's not the dye's fault. That's my climate. So Denise, try the bubble mailer method with that other dye, that other cobweb dye you have, and you may get better results. Oh, I just ripped my packaging. I hate when I do that. I'll fix it later. Okay. These two I can throw in here. So we have that. I want to just see something. Like, will this be cute on top of this, or will it just be a lot? It's actually kind of cute, isn't it? We'll see. I'm not sure. I may stick with just white in the background and do a little ink blending because that does seem like a lot of dark colors. Okay, so I want to stamp a couple of these cute spiders for the cobweb with little cute spiders. I'm not going to color them or anything. Oh, Denise is asking, how do you use the mailer? So when you create your cutting sandwich, so say this was just the normal cardstock, like so. Actually, I have one handy I can grab out. So you would just want to cut your bubble mailer to size, and then you just cut into it, like so. So you would go cutting plate, bubble mailer, cardstock, die, your top stuff, and then run it through. And that pretty much 100% of the time helps if I'm struggling to get a die to cut. So hopefully that helps you. Okay, let's cut out a couple little spiders. Let's see. I think I'm going to cut out this guy, the little mummy, the little witch, and maybe just the little standard guy. And like I said, I'm keeping these super simple. Maybe this cardstock might not be big enough for all three. I don't think it is. Let me grab a bigger piece. We'll do this one. Set that aside. Maybe I can stamp the sentiment from it. All right. There's that guy. And then this guy. Now you can totally color these. I am not. I'm just going to stamp them in nice crisp black and call it good. You'll do them in a row. And then you know what? I am going to die cut out the no tricks, or stamp the no tricks, just treats as well. And use that maybe as like a secondary sentiment on this set. Okay. Ooh, fresh cutting plates always help too, Denise. That's definitely another good recommendation or a good idea. Okay. Stamp these guys up. My card is going to be proof that you don't always have to color, that these little images, ooh, get that out of the way, are perfect, just simply stamped as well. cute. All right, let's get them cleaned up. And of course, ooh, I got black ink on my fingers. If you are a colorer, you could totally color these as well. I am just not. I do love the cute little costumes on the two spiders, though. They're pretty darn cute. Now, if Heather were watching, this would probably be her least favorite card because she's not a big fan of spiders. You know what? I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put a little bow on this spider. I want to be able to die cut it, so it has to be on the inside. But let's make this a cute little girl spider. Kind of like my little girl ghosty from the other day. Well, that's just adorable. Kathy, I'm going to put them in to my video description right after. I just ran out of time and it totally spaced adding the links. So once I end this, I'm going to create a link list really quickly and I will pop that link list into my video description. So sorry about that. Okay. So there's that guy. Let's get this guy cut out here. I am going to trim this off because I'm going to use it like a banner die or something to cut that one out. So let's grab the coordinating dies here. Okay. And tape these into place and get these little cuties cut out. Oh, that's not the right one. Make sure you're paying attention. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and cut these out, and I will be right back. Thanks, Audrey. I didn't see you pop in. I'm happy you're here. Aren't they so darn cute? Oh, that one got a little tape left behind. Get that off there. How cute are they? Oh, goodness, a lot of tape. But how cute are these little adorable spiders? I just love them. Hi, Paulina. Glad you popped in for a second. We've already made this card together, and now we're working on a cute little cobweb shaker now. So that is my 2 cards from today's live. All right, let's get these dies taken off and put away. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Hi. So Paulina prints the little images on the back, so it's way easier to know where your dies go on the backing card. So I think that's pretty cool. I love that little feature. Aren't they adorable, Denise? And like I said, I'm not going to color them because I'm not a big colorer, but you absolutely could. But I think they're totally cute even without the coloring. So that's like a super fun part about these images is you can kind of go both ways. I'm not fully sure what I want to cut that out with yet, and I think I need to reach behind me and grab my banner die set. So I will do that in a moment. But I think let's get our cardstock or our card base prepped, because I was thinking about using some pattern paper behind it, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to ink blend the front of the card base a little bit. So let's do that. First things first, I got to fold it. And I did mention this at the beginning, but just in case you've popped in kind of later or not, I wanted to mention that there is a video hop currently going on with the new Pretty Pink Posh release, and there is a $20 gift card code up for grabs as a prize at every single stop. So definitely check that out. You can start at the Pretty Pink Posh YouTube channel, or dumping things all over the place here. My goodness. Sorry about that. Or you can find my video and then just kind of hop along from there. You've got a lot of different options. And I totally just dropped my gold pearl holder on the ground and it all spilled out. So I've got some cleaning I'm going to have to do when it's done. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. Definitely, if you can, remember to hit the thumbs up button for me. That's super helpful on this video's reach. Okay, I want cherry blossom and some light pink and a light orange. And we're just going to ink blend a little bit to show underneath the cobweb. Okay, let me get the right brushes here. Oh, thanks, friends. Okay, where do I want? I think I want the pink in the upper corner and the orange in the lower. Okay. Running out of desk space here, friends. All right. Just going to do a soft blend up here to peek out. The cherry blossom is a bit lighter, so I can kind of go direct to paper. I will probably need to make sure I dab off the sun-kissed a bit more. Okay. Oh, that's good. And I'm just going to flip and do the other side. Yeah. I want to keep some white space going down the middle, but I like to have a little bit of color underneath that cobweb. Okay, I feel pretty good about that blend. So put the inks away here. Whoops, wrong slot. Aren't they the cutest designs? Halloween, or excuse me, Paulina always does a great job on Halloween releases. Actually, fun fact, I think this is my first Halloween release being a guest, and I have been having a ton of fun with the cards. Oh yeah, that is so darn cute. The cat hugger is adorable. So the Instagram hop is next week, and I used the little cat hugger, and it kind of makes me think of tree hugger for some reason. I don't know if that popped into my brain, but it did. I used the little cat hugger and then the spider shaker die. So just a little preview for you of what you'll see next week on my Instagram hop cards. Okay, let's go ahead and get this guy turned into a shaker card element. So I need to grab some acetate. Oops. I have a piece here I can trim down. I'm going to do the traditional method for this one. Okay, so maybe I think just a little over. Is this big enough? Yeah. So I think this is long enough. It's so hard to see the acetate. My goodness. Hopefully it's long enough. Yeah. And just slightly smaller than 5.5. Okay. I need to check and see if this is long enough here. All right, I think that will, yep, that will just fit on there. Okay, perfect. Gotta get my thin little tape, my little double-sided tape here. All right. So Denise, my Instagram hop day is the 14th. So you will get to see my little cards then. The little cat hugger and the spider shaker. They're pretty cute. I used one of the new shaker mixes as well. It kind of defined my color palette. So I'm giving you a whole lot of sneak peeks, or a whole lot of, not really I guess verbal sneak peeks of what my cards look like for next week. And then I am going to go live. So I am gone to a family get together. We leave today at some point. And I get back Wednesday morning, and Wednesday evening, I am going to go live again. And I'm going to feature the Potion bottle products. But I'm doing a little twist on it. I think you guys are going to really love it. So if you can join me next Wednesday, I know my international friends that 6 p.m. US time is pretty late. So I totally understand if you need to catch it on replay. But I will be live next Wednesday, again with Pretty Pink Posh, this new release. And I'm going to use the Potion bottles, but in kind of a different way. I think you're going to love it. So I'm really excited. I have lost my transparent sheet. There it is. There it is. Found it. And where was that comment? I just missed it. Jennifer said this is her first time seeing this product, and I am so glad you jumped on. I think you are just going to love this release. And I'm not sure if you meant this is your first time seeing Pretty Pink Posh product at all, or if this is just your first time seeing the Halloween release. But whichever, I think you're going to just fall in love. Okay, so now we need to do a double layer of foam strips. Just gotta find the ones I want. These ones are a little longer. So we're going to do a double layer so that the shaker beads that I'm using actually shake. I don't want them to get stuck on the window. Oh, so the good thing about the Instagram hops, Denise, is they're over like a good amount of days. I think it's like 4 or 5 days. And so I think there's only like, it's not like a list of like 30 that you have to go to. So you have, which is so strange. I can't believe your Instagram account is like that. I can like and do stuff pretty much constantly on Instagram. So that is so weird. But it's over a course of multiple days. So you don't have as many stops you have to hop to on those ones. So kind of nice, because I know that also that can just get to feel like a lot when it's one big hop at a time. So I do like that we spread those ones out over. That was like practically perfect. Wow. Love when that happens. Sorry. Oh, Jennifer, it's your first time seeing it ever. Well, I'm glad you jumped on, because I think you may have found a new company that you will just adore. I just adore Pretty Pink Posh. And Paulina and Paul, the owners, are just fabulous people as well, which makes it that much better. Oh my goodness, this one's almost perfect too. Like the foam tape is just like working for me this time. Okay. Okay. So there is that. All right. I wish I had a Q-tip so I could run anti-static along the sides, but I didn't think to grab one, and I'm not going to run to the bathroom and do that right now. So we'll just deal with it as it goes. So this is going to be our shaker window. Get all those little paper fibers off there. My goodness. There we go. This is going to be so darn cute. Okay. So I'm just going to have to be brave because, and I may have to get my hair and such in the video. I'm not sure to line this up because I think I need to put the shaker mix in here because they're the little shaker beads and they will roll all over God's creation if I try to put them on top of my card. So I think I'm going to have to do it this way, which is not my favorite way because it's hard to line up exactly. But you know what? It is handmade, not Hallmark, and it is what it is. Okay, so let's just pour. Rather than pour, I'm actually going to use my little eighth. I think this is a quarter teaspoon, and I'm going to put a few of them in here because I want there to be a good amount of these pretty shaker beads. And this is a pretty big window to cover. So I'm going to do that, and then I think I'm going to add in a little glitter too. Let me grab some glitter. Oh, that's not glitter. Here we go. We are going to just do, this is just a mixture of glitter that I have had forever, and I think I just add to it. So I'll get like a Prisma glitter and a chunky glitter, and I just keep adding to it as I go. Probably should have spread that out a little here. Ooh, I don't have the umbrella shaker card. I bet that's really cute. Or the umbrella shaker. That's probably plenty. Okay, let's do that. All right. Now we're going to do the part that's like my least favorite, but I'm just going to go for it. Okay. There's probably a more technical way to do this, but I don't get very technical when it comes to card making. I just kind of go with it. Okay. Oh, that is so fun. Before I do too much shaking though, I know that there's an area where there's a little bit of a gap in my foam. So I am going to check them because I think it's right here and right down here. So to reinforce the foam, I just take liquid glue and I dab it in the area where I didn't do a great job of meeting them, and then it sets up, and then you will not lose your shaker mix or your glittery mix at all. So there's that. Hey y'all, it actually worked really well. I just went for it. I was brave and it didn't end up crooked, which I'm pretty thrilled about because I would say 8 times out of 10 it does end up crooked. So if yours ever end up crooked, it's fine. Mine do too. I 100% was putting a panel on a card. It was like a scalloped background panel last night, and when I finished, and I had actually completely finished the whole card, the whole thing was totally crooked. Oh my goodness, and look at how free and clear these shake or just move. I just love it. And they're not sticking to the edges too bad anyway, so that's awesome. I love doing this. I love cards like this, and I love the added glitter. It's kind of sticking to the background, which is perfect. Okay. So let's add our cute little spiders here and there. We've got our little girl spider with her bow. We got our mummy spider. And we got our witch spider. And there's so much color in the background that it does not bother me that I'm just keeping these stamped plainly, like it's just nice, crisp black stamping. And then I like the No Tricks Just Treats. Let me get my cute little banner set to die cut that with. Apparently I misplaced them. Oh. Probably I keep them like right here. Well, this is weird. I have apparently misplaced my little. Oh wait, maybe it's in here. Ha! It was still packed in my the little bag I'd put everything in for my event at Firefly Farm. Okay, so I think what I want to do, I think I want this guy to be cut from some ivory glitter cardstock, and then I want this to sit on top if it's big enough. Let me see here. These just might be a little too thin. This one might work. It's going to be a tight fit, but I think it'll work. We're going to see. If I need to restamp my sentiment, I need to restamp my sentiment. That's okay. I'm glad you guys like this cute little spider. I think it turned out so fun. Okay, let's grab some scrap ivory glitter cardstock here. Can trim these down. And you guys might think it's crazy that I save such tiny pieces, but I do, because I use a lot of little intricate die sets now, and I can 100% cut those from, I can use those little tiny pieces to cut a lot of the little intricate dies that I use. So, okay. Just going to grab my little rose quartz Scout here. This is the exclusive Scout that scrapbook.com has. I love the color of it. I think it's so darn cute. All right, let's cut this guy first. It's ivory glitter, so I like to cut it by itself. Glitter cardstock's just a little bit easier to feature or to cut by itself. And that turned out so cute. And then we're going to see if this die works with this sentiment. I'm not sure if it will, but we're going to try it out. If it doesn't, we might just stamp it again and recut and maybe just trim it ourselves, because I think the other ones are all too thin. So I'm just trying to center it. I think the big thing is going to be if the stitching ends up going through the sentiment. That will drive me crazy, and I won't be able to keep it like that. Oh, Audrey, I love these banner dies. This is like the best banner die set out there. There's those cute scallops, and there's the banner edge, and there's straight edges. There's stitching. I reach for these all of the time, even when I'm not using exclusively Pretty Pink Posh products. I reach for them a lot. It is a great versatile die set. Dang it, I keep moving it. I'm trying to make sure it's fairly center. I have a feeling this isn't going to work, but I want to try it and see if it does. And if it doesn't, I'll do plan B. Oh, thanks, Kathy. I'm glad you like my color choices. Denise, let me show you. So I do have, oh my gosh, y'all, it worked perfectly. The stitching didn't go through the sentiment at all. Oh, that's just perfect. I love it. All the things are just ending in my favor today. Like the way the foam tape was the exact right size. And but give me 1 second here, Kathy, and I'll show you how I store my cardstock scraps. I mean, I have some bigger bins that I grab from too that have larger chunks in them, but I can show you how I keep my smaller pieces and how easy they are to grab. Yeah, I know I need a magnetic mat. Probably not. It takes me forever to adapt to things, friends. I can fully admit to that. But real quick, let me show you. So, who's asking about that? Denise. I have this envelope that I keep. It's like a zipper top envelope. And I just throw all of my scraps in here in rainbow order. And they get a little out of whack occasionally. I pull things out from time to time and reorganize. But I just keep it all in rainbow order. And then I just have all of those little scraps available to me at all times. And I use that when I'm using all of those little tiny die sets, like the ones from Spellbinders and all of that. So it's really a great and easy way to have your scraps right on hand. And then also it's super easy to travel with as well. All right, let's get this card assembled and then I can let you guys go. Okay, there's that. I know, right? I love it when a plan just works and you don't have to change it up or pivot or think of a different way to do it. I like that it just worked. I was really worried the stitching was going to go through the sentiments, but it didn't. How cute is this? Oh my goodness. I just love these cards. Okay, we're almost done here, friends. Just time to glue some stuff in places. Yeah, so I do have bins in a drawer that I keep all of my larger pieces of scrap cardstock, but I use that envelope method for my smaller pieces, and it's really truly it works perfectly for me. So maybe that will help you. And I just get those zippered pouches on scrapbook.com, but I think a lot of people carry them. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I want to have her kind of popped up on one side and then just a little glue on the other. And she just kind of sticks in here like so. Okay. That's so cute. Okay, this guy is going to have a little bit of foam tape here. Oh. Nope, he can be tucked in like that. He doesn't go off the edge. Maybe I want him a little closer. Yeah. There we go. And then this cute little witchy one. Put some foam tape on the side. And a little glue. And this card is almost done. And like I said, I think I'm going to add embellishments to my pumpkin card after the live is over. So you'll get to see those in photographs. Okay. And then she just kind of gets tucked in. Where did I have her? Maybe right there. Perfect. Okay. There are my cute little Happy Halloween cards featuring the new Pretty Pink Posh release that just came out yesterday. How cute are they? I love the fringe on this one. So adorable. All right. Well, that is everything I have for you guys. I'm going to switch. Give me a second to kind of switch everything around here. Cameras. Let's go here. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. And anybody watching on replay, I hope you enjoyed watching these cards come together. And if you have any questions at all, just you can let me know in the video comments, live comments. You can't comment out once the live is over in the actual like live comments, but you can comment in the videos comments, and I will answer any questions. So I will be live here again on Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And like I mentioned, we're going to do Pretty Pink Posh again. Pardon me. And I'm going to use the potion bottle products from this release just in a little bit of a different way. All right. I'm going to, oh, thank you guys. I'm glad you like these cards. I think they turned out super fun. And yes, you can absolutely make these for your grandchildren. And I think it's funny that the shaker card is noisy, but your grandkids will have so much fun with the shaker card. So hopefully it doesn't drive your kids too crazy. Oh, thank you, Audrey. I appreciate it. Once again, I am going to go ahead, once I end this, I'll create a link list, and I will throw that in the video description if you want to shop for any of these products. I do appreciate you using my links because it helps me out. And other than that, I think that's everything I have. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully I will see you guys here next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Have a great day. Bye.